Let's start with an experiment. Which video is the most immersive?
Yeah, słyszysz.
Threat eliminated. Copy. Proceed to RP.
Oh, you got a gift.
Can't hurt to initiate a search. Go.
How's it going everyone, my name is BAYZY and that was a video from Captain Dazza, who made an absolutely amazing edit of the sound within Breakpoint and compared the two within a video. In today's video I'd like to talk about sound within games and how the next Ghost Recon needs to have more immersive sounds within the game, kind of relating to games like Tarkov Insurgency Sandstorm, who utilises sound effects to make a more immersive experience, in which I feel though Breakpoint hasn't gone as far as what they could have when it came to sound effects. I'm not saying the sound effects are absolutely rubbish, I'm just saying that they could maybe do a little bit more to maybe make the experience a little bit more immersive. When game developers start creating their game, there's an emphasis on background music and the sound to convey emotions and a sense of realism, so that the game feels authentic in that it's critical to the experience of the player. While most players do not pay too much attention to the background music or the sound, it still affects the overall experience and the perception. The next time you're playing a game, put it on mute and see how entertained you are. 9 times out of 10 you will start to get bored of the game, and for example, for that one person who is stubborn, see that you'll more likely play the game for 30 minutes for example, instead of playing for hours on end. For the next Ghost Recon title, voice actors and background music must make an impact. This is so that the players are a little bit more immersed in the experience, and of course the players won't notice this if it's so well done and fits perfectly into the narrative. If a soundtrack is terrible or a voice actor sucks, the immersion will be gone. They'll be more focused on the mishaps than the story itself, even if the story is fantastic. In which, to be honest, I feel like J. Skell didn't really fit into the narrative. Of course he had an absolutely amazing role within Breakpoint. I feel though his little scared and awkward character narratives kind of didn't really feel, although they fitted well within Breakpoint, and which breaks the immersion. Being immersed within the experience is entertaining because we like to feel like we are part of the experience rather than an outsider looking in. Background music acts as that inclusion. You also notice that the time seems to move faster when you're having fun. The reason why I emphasise so much on the next Ghost Recon title needing this immersion is because I want to feel, although the game is real, and of course it's a military shooter, and therefore I want to feel that I am within the game instead of just looking down at it and only playing it for a few hours instead of, hours and hours on end. Insurgency Sandstorm has absolutely amazing sound design, and it's one of its greatest assets really. Locating enemies using the sound of their shots and callouts is a key part of the close quarter gameplay in Insurgency, and that ability to figure out where the shooter's location is without seeing them is pretty impressive, to be honest. Depending on whether the target is above or below you also plays a major role in the sound you end up hearing. Footsteps sounds are a prime example of this. Walls also affect weapon sounds, which is crucial to determine if your enemy's inside or outside, and you can even decide if they are firing at someone outside or inside. I feel that Ghost Recon needs to have this kind of depth with the sound, even if it is just to figure out where your opponent is, or even if it's the discussion between Nomad and his AI squad. In all honesty, there's so many different things in which they have to take into consideration if they are improving the sound within the next Ghost Recon title. As I've just said, AI sounds, maybe Nomad can not be mute next time, or even if there is going to be a different team, hopefully there is going to be a different team. I don't really want Nomad in the next Ghost Recon title. I want them to go down a new story route instead of, continuing his storyline. But that's another topic for another video. But in general, the communication between the AI AI teammates, maybe that can be improved a little bit more instead of them just saying, yeah, this target's here, this target's there, and saying that a target's down and all that kind of stuff. Maybe a little bit more communication between the AI squad and you would fit in quite well. I don't want this game to become a full-on milsim, but I want it to be at least realistic to an extent. My idea for the next Ghost Recon title is that it should be set within an urban area, so having the shot sounds ricocheting off the walls in the buildings would be quite interesting. Different materials, different surfaces and that you're walking across should make different sounds, and I'm pretty sure Breakpoint does have that, but I feel though it could be maybe exaggerated a little bit more so you can hear where the enemy is. Maybe if you're reloading your weapon, it should echo around a room, making sound fit within the environment in that you are in. Definitely sets the mood and sets that immersion that you're within the game, and that's where VR is doing so well. You know, you have VR headsets which are surround sound, and you can hear where people are if they're walking around you, and I feel although Breakpoint didn't do well with that, I mean of course it isn't a VR game, but games nowadays are improving sound. You look at Modern Warfare for example, Mission 5 Clean House, and I feel though that stands out as a mission because it's superb atmosphere. This is down to the multiple different reasons all coming together and delivering something great. The narrow halls, the stairways, door frames and being so close to the others can give off a claustrophobic feeling. To fully obtain an eerie atmosphere, Modern Warfare incorporates silence and subtle sounds to great effect. You can hear voices, gunfire and other parts of the building. The silence as you slowly move up the stairs puts you on edge, and when the silence is broken by screams or gunshots, it hits much harder. But ultimately what I'm getting at here is it's that the sound has made such an impact on this mission in that it just adds to the immersion, the realism of the game. I feel like Ghost Recon needs to go down that route. Surely they are working on the next Ghost Recon title at the moment. Will it be an improvement? Fingers crossed it will, and fingers crossed there will be another title after that. There won't be a title after that if the next title isn't good, and that is why sound is so important when it comes to the next Ghost Recon title. What do you think? Does Ghost Recon need more immersive sounds within this franchise? Do comment down below and tell me what you think. But for now, I do hope you've enjoyed. Do hit the subscribe button if you aren't already, and the like button, and I'll catch yous in the next video. Thank you.